In this session, we are going to be introducing our bus stop into the model and into the window. We have been able to see in the previous video how we had our cursors, one for the bus, one for the car, and another one for the truck at each of every point of the road. That is for the west, we have for the east, and we also have for the north and the south. But here we want to be able to introduce our bus stop. So the bus stop for this model, we are going to be introducing it on the east road. So that means the bus is moving from the west to the east. So if the bus is moving from the west to the east, we need to be able to create a bus stop there where the bus stops, maybe to offload passengers and new passengers coming on board, then before we continue on that journey. So, but due to what we have been able to create before now, we don't have any point at which there is a bus stop. So now being able to create this, ensure that there is a place where the bus can stop to be able to carry out that activity, then it proceeds again. And from what we have here, we're going to be creating it from the west to the east. So the bus stop will be on the east road. So that is for the bus coming from the west, then there'll be a bus stop at the east road. So without wasting too much time, we let us get into it. So the first thing we have to do is we go into our palette. Under the palette, we can see something here, which is the bus stop. So we need to be able to identify the part of the road we want that to be. And here we can just move it a bus stop. No, we can say so. I can decide to drop it here. So that means the bus stop will be here. So if we want to widen it, because this is just a bit small, if we want to widen it, maybe for any sake, we can also do this. Just stretch it in that form. So this is our bus stop. Now, since we have been able to create and we said we want it to be from the west to the east, so we go back to the blocks we have been creating. We check out for the one from the west to the east, which one of them is for bus. So this is for car. So if I click on the second one, so the second one is for bus. So now that we have the second one for bus, then we can just simply, so all I need to do is to extract it out here. So just you can bring it out here, remove this point. So from this, I can create something like this, which goes in, then we can have something of this nature. And for us to be able to do the that means when there is a movement from the source here coming to this select output 5, there are some things that takes place before it gets to the point of the the east, gets to the end of the east road before it is being disposed. And what are the things that we want to be able to introduce? One of the things we'll be looking at here is the, so afterwards we're going to be introducing our bus move to. So where exactly is it moving to? We need it to move to the bus stop. That is the bus, yeah, the bus stop. We we have car move to, we introduce the car move to this way. So after introducing that, we can edit the properties. Now under the properties, we are going to be editing here. Now it is not just the road. We want it to be bus stop. So we have to click on the bus stop. So which of the bus stop is it going to be? We click on the one we have here. So that means can move to bus, let me just bus stop BS. So it's moving to the bus stop. So you can close that. Still not all. So when it gets to the bus stop, so how long do we want it to stay at the bus stop? How long will the bus have to wait when it gets there? So it is not just about getting to the bus stop, but how long will it stay? And again, how many minutes? What is the minimum number of seconds, the average seconds, and the maximum seconds. So that means the next thing we are going to be creating here, we are going to be introducing uh, that delay. We introduce the delay. So we introduce the delay. So at the point of the delay, yes, we have the specific time. Yeah, the maximum. Then what is it? What is it going to be like? How many seconds to how many seconds? Here we have 0.5 seconds, but that is not. Let's say the minimum seconds you can stay at the bus station is 10 seconds. The average is 20 seconds. Then the maximum is 30 seconds. So that is it. The minimum is triangle to 10, 20, and we have the seconds beside it. So after when we've been able to do this, we can head back in. So at this point, that means the movement here will be from the to the bus station, the delay time before moving out of the car move to here, that is being disposed. But we need to return back to the car source because we in the configuration or in the properties of the car source we had, there is no way we can have 1,000 rates per hour. That is, since we're just focusing on the buses, we cannot have 1,000 buses per hour. So that means the number of buses plying that road cannot be as much as that. So we can just reduce to maybe, let's say, 60. We can reduce to 60 per hour. So we have 60 per hour. So we have the bus, the initial speed, the length. So let's just say the length is 10. Then the acceleration, we know that the acceleration when it comes to the bus and the cars cannot be the same. So let's put the acceleration for 40. So here we have it. So at this point now, we have been able to create a car source for the bus. So the bus is moving. When it moves, it gets to the bus station and bus stop. At the bus stop, the minimum number of seconds it can wait at the bus stop before moving out is maybe within 10 seconds. Minimum is 10 seconds, an average of 20 seconds, and a maximum of 30 seconds. Just an assumption then before moving along and exiting. So with this now, we can go ahead and run the model and see how it. So I'm decided to put this on window 3D. So that means we're looking out for buses coming from the west to the east that will be making use of this bus station that we have here. Here we have the bus coming. So this is a truck. So we can see at this point, we can see the bus entering the bus station and the bus stop. The bus getting to the bus stop, maybe staying there for a few seconds before heading out. Then we can see another bus coming behind. So another bus coming behind, also entering in the bus stop. Maybe whatever activity going on there. Then afterwards, they head out of the bus stop. So that is just how we bus stop into our traffic or our flow logic. That is how we introduce it into the flow logic. So we create an account or we create a source for the for the bus. Then the can move to we make sure we create it basically for the bus stop. Then the delay time. Then it heads on. In this case now, in what we have been able to do, it means that every bus that is coming from the source, we get it to the bus station, where they sorry the bus stop. We enter into the bus stop because from the way we have been able to and we're able to create it here, it shows that every one of them will have to enter the bus stop. But it's not in all cases we have every of those buses actually wanting to stop at that bus stop. So some of them just want to continue on that journey, or probably that is not their lane. They are not meant to stop at that particular bus stop. So there is also a way we can configure or modify our logic flow in order to be able to accommodate that. So at that point, all we just need to do is to click on this connector here. We extract it down. We do this, then connect, then connect. So it means that at the point where when it gets to the bus stop and there is actually no need to stay here, it can just proceed on the journey. So we have it heading out here. When it has the maximum number, then it proceeds. Because if we had a very high volume of buses moving into that bus station or that bus stop at that particular time, there will be an error message. So, but in this sense now, when they notice that we have maybe a certain number of buses there, instead of waiting, we just proceed or continue. I think we're also going to be doing that when we're creating a parking lot, because when you get to a particular parking lot, if the parking lot has about 5 spaces and it's already at maximum, buses cannot or cars cannot wait on the road with the expectation that whoever owns the cars will come and take it maybe in the next few minutes, because you don't even know when they can leave. But in this kind of scenario, when we create for the parking lot also, we'll be able to do something similar so that when cars sees that there is no space, they can continue on that road. Maybe probably look for another parking space, on the other parts of the road. So this is how we create. We already know how we create our bus, and also this is just how we create our bus stop. And also when we have a maximum number in that space where you will need it to continue, you can always create this extra connector to proceed. Thank you.